Hello friends, welcome to ASPN's Daily Munchies. Today we shall discuss a very important topic from the prelims point of view and the mains point of view, that is anti-defection law. The anti-defection law is actually is a name given to the 52nd Constitutional Amendment Act of 1985. This act provided for disqualification of members of the parliament and the state legislatures on the ground of defection from one political party to another political party. In fact, it amended four articles of the Constitution, namely Article 101, 102, 190, 191. It also added a new schedule, the 10th schedule to the Constitution. And this schedule gives in detail the provisions for disqualification of the members, their exceptions to such disqualifications, and it also states the deciding authority, rule-making authority, so on and so forth. So basically, now let us get into the details of the 10th schedule and what are the provisions for disqualification of members of the state legislature as well as the parliament on the grounds of defection. There are three conditions for disqualification. There are conditions for the members of the parliament for a political party, members who are independent, and those members who are nominated members. If a member of a political party a member of a political party is disqualified from being a member of the house if he voluntarily gives up the membership of that political party, or he votes or abstains from voting without a prior permission in contrary to any direction issued by the political party, and the political party has not been condoned such act within a time span of 15 days. That means if a member of the parliament belonging to a political party does not follow the whip of the political party. In fact, in such cases, the person disqualifies to be the member of the house. Also, in case of independent members who have been elected to the house without the candidature of a political party also become disqualified if they join a political party after such an election. In case of nominated members, if a nominated member becomes a member of a political party beyond a period of 6 months, he is liable to be disqualified from being a member of the parliament or a member of the state legislature. Now let us see what are the exceptions. Exceptions being to mergers and the speaker or the chairman of the house. Now let us talk about the merger and the speakers. The members are exempted from being disqualification, as we have discussed earlier, in case his political party is merged with another political party. In such a case, the member can state that he belongs to the new political party after such merger. So he is exempted from disqualification. Also, in case of the speaker or the presiding officer of any house, for example, the speaker in case of Lok Sabha, the chairman of the Rajya Sabha, if these presiding officers of the house voluntarily give the membership of their political party, then they do not cease to be basically they are exempted from being under the anti-defection law, because this exemption is provided in the view of giving dignity and impartiality to their office, so that they are free from any political pressures of their political party. Now, who is the deciding authority? The speaker or the chairman of the particular house decides any question regarding the disqualifications arising out of the defections to be decided by the out of political defections. Now, previously by the 52nd Constitutional Amendment Act, the decision of the speaker to decide any question of disqualification arising out of defection was considered to be final and was not to be questioned in any court of law. However, in the Kohito-Holland case of 1993, the Supreme Court made a decision that the decision of the speaker is subject to the judicial power of judicial review of the Supreme Court as well as the High Court. The Supreme Court stated that while deciding such questions of defection, the speaker functions as a tribunal, and hence his decision, the decision of his decision is likely to be like any other tribunal in the country. And we all know that the appeals from from a tribunal lie to the Supreme Court. Hence, the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court as well as the High Court extend to such cases. Now, let's move on to the next point, that is rule-making power of the speaker. The speaker or the presiding officer is empowered to make rules to give effect to the provisions of the 10th schedule. And such rules are put before the House of the Parliament for 30 days. After confirming or approving or modifying such rules, the speaker may direct that these rules, any willful contravention by any member to such rules shall be dealt as breach of privilege of the House. Okay. Now let's move on to the 91st Constitutional Amendment Act of 2003. It is observed that most of the political defections take place when there are in a bid or as an incentive to become the minister. So the 91st Constitutional Amendment Act, which came up, decided to reduce down the number of ministers, including the Prime Minister, to 15%. So basically, the total number of council of ministers, including the Prime Minister, should not exceed 15% of the strength of the House or the strength of the Lok Sabha. Also, the 91st Constitutional Amendment Act said that disqualification of a member on the grounds of defection shall also mean disqualification not only from the membership of the House, but also disqualification from being appointed as a minister. In fact, it also went further to state that such disqualification would extend to any post which is of a nature of political remunerative post. More importantly, a very important provision of the 91st Constitutional Amendment Act was it did away with the concept of split. In fact, there was an exemption provided for disqualification on the basis of defection to such members, that is, if at least 1/3 of members of political party defected to another political party, then such members were not disqualified. However, the 91st Constitutional Amendment Act did away with the exemption on the basis of split. Thank you so much. Let me add one more point. In the anti-defection law is moreover very important in the present scenario, because it has been in news because of the political defection, very recent political defection in the state of Manipur and in the state of Uttarakhand or Uttarachal, Arunachal Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh and Karnataka. So this has been in news very recently, and we can definitely expect a question in the prelims. Thank you so much.